You can call her Venus, you can call her Aphrodite, you can call her Isis, whatever you call her. She is the goddess of love, sex, beauty, art. When you think about Venus, you can think about a naked goddess laying around, just lounging, being fed grapes. That's the softer, more almost superficial side of excuse me, I'm still thinking about Mercury, of Venus. But Venus represents emotion. So like our human emotions, they can go from this way to like really quick, right? And everything in between. So Venus wasn't just soft and beautiful and all things artsy, lovey-dovey. Venus could also be really crazy. She also helped Aries or Mars with wars and things like that. So Venus could be very compassionate towards humanity, or she could be psycho, just like our emotions, right? There are tons and tons of cults throughout history that are dedicated to different aspects of Venus, whether it was the soft, pretty part or the crazy psycho part. Venus is very often connected to Mars. They're kind of like the ultimate divine feminine and masculine, the ultimate internal and external energies. Because our emotions are inside of us. Yes, we can lash out with our emotions. We can get just so emotional about anything that it shows physically and comes outside of ourselves, outside of our body. And that's okay, but that's not like the emotion itself starts inside of you. So emotion is similar to passion, but they're two different things. Emotion is water and passion is fire. I did a short video on that if you want to go back and watch it. And if you want me to, I'll also talk more about it later and go into more detail. Just let me know. So the main thing about Venus and which personality you get from her is sort of the same as like us as humans. How we feel and how we act depends a lot on what's going on around us. Because our emotions are connected to things around us, right? They're inside of us, they're our emotions, but it's all about connection, and that's what Venus is. Venus is connection. It's how you connect with anything, or how you don't connect with it. And I'll talk more about that in just a second. The planet Venus is a soft pearl white, slightly yellow, just to add that touch of like iridescent golden beauty, I guess. But Venus also, the atmosphere is all carbon dioxide and sulfuric acid, and it's got 9 times the temperature of Earth and 92 times the pressure of Earth. Like, so it's a very uncomfortable place to be. Like Venus, she can be soft and pretty on the outside, but you never know like what kind of turmoil is going on the inside. Also, Venus rotates backwards. I thought that is a pretty cool fact because, you know, it's different. So what does this mean for us and Venus in your natal chart? Our connections, like I said, to whatever. You have a favorite painting, you have a sentimental gift that somebody gave you and you just love it so much, or people can give you something that means a lot to them and you're just not, whatever. It's anything that you're connected to emotionally. The colors you like, how you like to decorate your house, what kind of car you feel comfortable in, your planner style, the books you like to read, the movies you like to watch, and the ones that you don't, and the ones that are like you don't like them but you don't dislike them. That's your connection. Whatever your connection is to something, like this coffee cup right here that says Slay. I love this coffee mug because it's black and it says Slay, and it's not all like perfect, you know, it's kind of wobbly or whatever. I have a connection to this. I also have a connection to this water bottle. There's not a lot of love there, you know what I mean? It's just a water bottle. It serves its purpose, but you know, you can choose anything in your life. Just look around the room and pick something, and you have a connection to that, whether it's a strong one or not. That connection can also be something that you don't like. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but if you showed me something that I had a terrible experience with in the past, I'm probably gonna have like a like off put by it, you know what I mean? That's also a connection. There's resistance in that connection between you and that object or that person or that place or that idea. It's all the same. Emotional connections. That's Venus. Words like venerate, venom, those are Venus words. When we think about venom, it's like, oh, like, you know, that's dangerous, right? There's an instinctual sort of connection to that word because of what it is. Same thing with venerate. You know, we venerate the gods and goddesses. People venerate the Pope. People can also venerate somebody who may or may not deserve it, but that veneration comes from a place of emotion. It's like we're showing respect to this thing that we're venerating because of how we feel about it. I hope that makes sense. You guys let me know what you think, and we can have some more conversations about it. Oh, and one thing that we can learn from Venus and her connections to the things outside of her, like Aries or Mars or, you know, psycho relationships, is that we need to not be so easily moved by outside influence. Think about water. Water is very malleable, right? Obviously, it's easy to push it and pull it and splash it and move it where you want it to go. You gotta not let things move your water so much, not let things control your Venus so much. We cannot control our emotions, but we can control how we react. So the goal is, like, when you're learning about, when you're getting to know your Venus, the goal is to not be so easily influenced by those things that are trying to move your water around.